being treated like unfairly, like in her games and stuff like that?
I think it's definitely like star players aren't ever treated fairly.
Candace Parker, a three-time WNBA champion and undeniable legend of the sport, recently spoke out on Caitlin Clark's treatment in the league, and it's making waves. It's about time someone with Parker's stature weighed in on this heated conversation. When TMZ caught up with her, they asked the question everyone's been buzzing about: is Caitlin Clark being treated unfairly in the WNBA?
She's already broken a record for most 25-point 10 assist games. In her second year, she holds that record. But what's being done to her right now is an absolute shame. She is by far the most important, most popular person the WNBA has ever seen in its history. And yet she's getting treated like crap every time she steps on that floor.
Parker's response was a total mic drop moment that cuts straight to the core of professional basketball. Star players are never treated fairly, she said. With that one line, she captured what WNBA veterans have been saying all along. But why is this statement so powerful? And what does it mean for the ongoing frenzy around Caitlin Clark's WNBA journey? Let's break it down.
Candace Parker has been kind of caught in a little bit of controversy. Because TMZ pulled up on her. Candace Parker had TMZ pulling up on her today. And that's when the WNBA made it. When TMZ is just randomly pulling up.
First, let's talk about the timing of Parker's comments. She spoke out just as the basketball world was reeling from tough news. Caitlin Clark, the player who hasn't missed a single game since her sophomore year of high school in 2017, is now sidelined with a left quadriceps strain. The Indiana Fever announced that their star will be out for at least 2 weeks, marking the first time in both her college and pro career that she'll miss games due to injury. This is the same athlete who played all 139 games at Iowa and every one of the 44 regular season games in her rookie WNBA season. Talk about a serious test of her legendary durability.
Caitlin Clark to miss at least 2 weeks with a suffered left quad strain. A minimum, folks, keyword here, minimum of 2 weeks. That's when they're saying she's going to be reevaluated to see if she can go in a minimum of 2 weeks.
When Parker was asked specifically about Caitlin Clark tying her career triple-double record so early on, the veteran showed nothing but class and admiration. It's awesome. It's great. I think she has so many more years of greatness ahead, Parker told reporters. It's been good watching her play. And honestly, that's exactly the kind of response you'd expect from someone who truly understands what greatness looks like. Parker isn't threatened by Clark's success. She's celebrating it.
I wanted to ask about Caitlin Clark. She just tied with you on your career triple doubles. I mean, how do you feel having her match you so early in her career?
Yeah. It's awesome. It's great. I think she has so many more years to come of greatness. So it's been good watching her.
But here's where things get really interesting. The debate over Clark's treatment isn't just some manufactured controversy stirred up by overzealous fans. It's rooted in real, legitimate concerns that have been brewing since her rookie season. The level of physicality she faces on the court has been unprecedented for a newcomer, and several incidents have sparked serious conversations about whether opposing players are crossing the line from tough, competitive basketball into something more personal.
Will this be the wake-up call the WNBA needs? Caitlin Clark is out for at least 2 weeks. Now, we are going to see what you guys, not just Indiana Fever, we're going to see what type of numbers this league can turn over without.
If you're enjoying this, don't forget to subscribe. Remember the Kennedy Carter incident, the moment when Carter shoulder-checked Clark from behind, sending her crashing to the floor. Initially ruled a common foul, the league later upgraded it to a flagrant foul and fined Carter $1,000. But what really raised eyebrows was Carter's unapologetic response. At the end of the day, it's all love outside of basketball. When we're in those 4 lines, it's smoke. After, it's all love. That's exactly the kind of attitude that has fans and analysts wondering if there's something deeper going on here. Even legendary UConn coach Gino Auriemma weighed in, saying bluntly, Michael Jordan was never treated like this, directly suggesting that Clark is being targeted. Coming from someone with Auriemma's basketball pedigree, that's no throwaway comment. He's seen decades of elite talent, and for him to call Clark's treatment unusual speaks volumes about what she's truly facing on the court. ***.
Believable that the WNBA just refuses to take this W. They refuse to take the win that is Caitlin Clark. They are putting every landmine in front of them. Players and members of teams are calling entire fan bases racist. Brittany Griner, when asked about new fans of the game and more eyeballs on television to the product and everything else, says, "Oh yeah, I don't want the new racist fans. All these racists that are in the league that like Caitlin Clark. I don't like what's going on. I certainly don't like that. I don't want them." I mean, just take the W. It's going to mean more money for everybody. All the good players in the WNBA are going to make more money.
Caitlin Clark's arrival in the WNBA has shattered traditional narratives around race and privilege, cementing her as arguably the most consequential figure in the league's 28-year history. While conversations about representation and visibility in women's sports remain vital, Clark's unprecedented impact has redefined what it means to be a generational talent, uniting fans across demographics and propelling the WNBA into a new era of mainstream relevance. Her rare combination of elite skill and magnetic charisma has made her more than just a basketball phenom. She's become a cultural force whose influence eclipses past comparisons or debates about racial dynamics. Clark's dominance has reshaped how greatness is measured in the WNBA. When she tied Candace Parker's career triple-double record in just her 44th professional game, it wasn't simply a statistical feat. It was a declaration that Clark operates on a level beyond traditional categorization. Analysts have drawn parallels to Larry Bird's transformative impact on the NBA in the 1980s, but even that comparison falls short. Bird entered an already established league. Clark is single-handedly expanding the WNBA's economic and cultural footprint, driving a projected $875 million in economic impact for 2025 alone. Ticket sales for Indiana Fever games now rival NBA prices, while merchandise bearing her name accounts for an astonishing 26% of all WNBA revenue, a figure unmatched by any athlete in league history.
Is this happening? The Caitlin Clark phenomenon is one that I got wrong. I never really thought that Caitlin Clark would make the difference that she has in college basketball or in the WNBA. What other sports analogies are out there that are in any way similar to the impact that one individual has had on a larger sporting universe?
Now, with Clark sidelined by injury, the WNBA faces what many are calling a litmus test. As one analyst put it on the Pat McAfee show, this will be the litmus test for the WNBA. If the ratings aren't the same because she's not playing, then it's a pretty clear indication she is the needle mover. The Indiana Fever have already felt the immediate impact. In their first game without Clark, they fell 83-77 to the Washington Mystics, a team that had been on a 3-game losing streak. The timing couldn't be worse for Clark personally. She was averaging 19 points and a league-best 9.3 assists through 4 games this season, had already tied Candace Parker's career triple-double record, and was on pace for what many believed could be an MVP-caliber year. Adding to the frustration is the fact that her injury occurred during a controversial final possession against the New York Liberty, when Natasha Cloud stripped the ball from Clark, a play many felt should have drawn a foul. Cloud later explained her strategy. "I knew they were obviously going to go to Caitlin. I knew she was going to go left. So as soon as she brought that ball up, I just poked it out." It was a savvy veteran defensive move, but it also underscored the relentless focus and physicality Clark faces on nearly every possession.
Actually, I mean, CBS or ABC games / ESPN, one was 2.4 million, the other was 2.22 million. Caitlin Clark's landing some massive television ratings. And this is what is really impressive. The game peaked at 3.24 million viewers, became the 6th most watched WNBA regular season or playoff game since 2001. Think about that. The 6th highest rated game in 24 years.
What makes Parker's comments so significant is that they come from someone who has walked this exact path. She knows what it's like to be the face of the league, to have every move scrutinized, and to endure the physical and mental challenges that come with superstar status. When Parker says, "Everybody has a different path," she's acknowledging that while each player's journey may vary, the core challenge remains the same. The broader conversation around Clark's treatment also reflects the growing pains of a league experiencing unprecedented expansion. The WNBA has never had a player quite like Caitlin Clark, someone who brings a massive college following, breaks attendance records, and commands regular mainstream media attention. With that level of spotlight comes scrutiny, both positive and negative. Breanna Stewart, New York Liberty star and reigning WNBA MVP, has shown support for Clark while offering a broader perspective on the league's trajectory. I think it's amazing, the momentum behind women's basketball. We're not talking about momentum anymore. We're talking about sustaining, Stewart said. She understands that Clark's impact goes beyond individual accolades. It's about lifting the entire sport to new heights.
The Cloud body foul Caitlin, rammed her, then hacked her across the wrist, then hit her arm as she attempted to get the shot up. No call. Loose ball. Turnover. Game over. What? No call? Caitlin Clark has at least earned that call at home in that moment. Not only was she obviously Rookie of the Year last year, but she made first team All WNBA last year in her rookie year. First team.